Hello, good morning. Our first issue is evacuation of people from Afghanistan. India has evacuated embassy staff earlier. Now it is evacuating the citizens of India. Along with citizens of India, Afghan Sikhs and Hindus. These were also airlifted from Kabul. This is not the first evacuation from Afghanistan, this is the fourth one since 1992. But the difference is earlier, the Mujahideen forces or the extremist groups or the Taliban from 1991 to 2000, 1996 to 2001, these were not recognized by the countries. But now, USA, Russia, China, these have legitimized the role of Taliban. And Indian government it is maintaining Afghanistan embassy at its own cost earlier. Until Taliban were defeated till 2001, Afghanistan embassy in India was maintained by India's own cost. And India supported Northern Alliance, which was an alternative form of government during this period 1996 to 2001. Now the situation is completely different. We are not criticizing Taliban because we want to evacuate our citizens. And there are doubts on maintaining Indian embassy staff now. We have recalled them. No one is there now. So many investments are stalled over there. Evacuation is the first step. But then there are many other issues that are related to Afghanistan crisis now. Next issue is IT portal and the glitch, technical problem. Income Tax Department under Finance Ministry has brought in new IT portal. This portal was launched, 77 days back, that is in June, we launched the new portal. But from then onwards, there are many technical problems. We launched this portal as a taxpayer-friendly portal. It is developed by Infosys. Now the Finance Ministry is summoning Infosys CEO on explaining why these technical glitches are still existing. They have done the trial run earlier. But now, practically when it is implemented, why so many technical glitches are happening? These are the questions posed to Infosys CEO. Now, in this context, we have to understand the purpose of this portal. The purpose of this portal is to immediately process the income tax returns, and it is to promote the quick refunds to the taxpayers and tax-friendly, easy filing facilities. These are some of the features that are added to the new portal, but then technical problems are there. Next issue is Moplah martyrs to be removed from the dictionary. In 2019, our Prime Minister launched Dictionary of Martyrs, is India's freedom struggle. From 1857 to 1947, this dictionary contains names of various Indian freedom struggles. Now, 3-member panel was appointed last year. Dictionary was launched in 2019. Last year, 3-member panel was formed to review the 5th volume of this particular dictionary. And this panel is formed under Indian Council of Historical Research. This panel has discussed about this issue, Moplah rebellion and the related issue. They have recommended for a deletion of the names who belong to this Moplah rebellion. Moplah rebellion happened in 1921. Moplahs are the Muslim tenants of the Kerala's Malabar region, and the landlords were Hindus. During non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement, the resistance of tenants against the landlords that turned violent, that has took the communal angle. So in this context, Moplah martyrs, only few of them were hanged by the British government. Most of them died due to disease and other things. That's why this particular committee has recommended for removal of these names from this particular dictionary. Next issue is Shikshan Sansthan, JSS. Shikshan Sansthan is a union government's initiative on skill development in the rural areas. Under this particular program, high-speed internet facilities are provided. Recently, Nilambur, this is important place in Kerala, Nilambur jungle, Nilambur teak is important. So Nilambur jungle, in the Nilambur jungle's remotest regions, high-speed internet facilities are provided under Shikshan Sansthan. Under this particular scheme, base station was placed in the government school nearby, and the internet services under this particular scheme in this region is provided by BSNL and RailNet. These two, they transmit the internet, they transmit the long distance Wi-Fi services to the tribal hamlets inside this particular jungle. Jan Section Sansthan is an important scheme, skill development scheme. Next issue is Hurriyat. And the two factions of Hurriyat group are to be faced under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. As of now, they are not placed. They will be placed because recently the central government probe has revealed that this group is collecting funds from the MBBS medical students to fund the terrorism. So in this context, government might impose the ban on these two groups. Hurriyat is a group formed for Jammu and Kashmir secession. This group divided in 1993. This group was divided in the year 2005 into various factions. This Hurriyat faction, this Hurriyat conference, now this spearheads the separatist movement in Jammu and Kashmir under Section 3 of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. If the central government opines that any association, this is an association, any association, if it is it can be declared as unlawful association by the notification of the government. What are the conditions, grounds? There are many grounds. Promotion of terrorism, enmity, like that. There are many grounds. Now, under Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, if this group is banned, the members of the group can be arrested. Funding to such groups becomes illegal. That would be the impact of placing this group under UAPA. Next issue is Afghanistan returnees and polio vaccines. Government is administering polio vaccines to the Afghanistan returnees. Why? Pakistan and Afghanistan are the only countries, understand this, only countries where wild polio virus is circulating. That means if the people are coming from Afghanistan, there are high chances that they might carry this particular polio virus. India is declared as polio-free country in the year 2014 by WHO. Wild polio virus cases are more in our neighboring countries. So that's why India wants to take precautionary measures and it is administering the polio vaccines to the Afghanistan returnees. Next issue is exercise Malabar. Malabar 21 is the name, Malabar exercise. Initially it started with two countries, India and USA. Navy exercise. This is a joint Navy exercise. Later, Japan was joined. Now, Australia has become part of exercise Malabar from last year. Now, this exercise Malabar is going to be conducted near the coast of Guam, USA. From India, Indian stealth frigate INS Shivalik and anti-submarine warfare vehicle INS Kadmak. These two will participate in the exercise. Quad countries, that is USA, India, Australia, Japan, they will carry out the Malabar exercise from August 26th to 29th. Next issue is curbing Delta variant. Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genome Consortium has released a report which said that Delta variant is going to cause severe damage and it is the reason for continuous infections in India. That is the report of INSACOG. In this context, what is the solution then? Increase the vaccination and monitor for the new variants. If there are any new variants, we need to monitor them. Mass vaccination, it's already there, we need to promote it further. That's where the new variants can be prevented, hospitalization can be prevented, mortality can be prevented. Next issue is Collegium system and judicial appointments. Collegium means group of judges. Supreme Court CJI and 4 senior most judges. They form a group known as Collegium. They recommend the names for appointments and transfers. Now recently 9 names were recommended by the Collegium, but the government is delaying in approving them. In this context, executive responsibility should be taken. Judiciary has done its responsibility. It has recommended 9 names. Now it's the executive's role and responsibility to quickly approve the names. Now the judicial appointments, they have to keep in mind the blend of merit, seniority, interests of the marginalized and deprived sections of society, women, religion, region and communities. These things needs to be kept in mind when judicial appointments are done. Next issue is collapse of Afghanistan. One of the reasons why Afghanistan's army is defeated is poor training and corruption among the Afghanistan officials. These two are the primary, this is the primary reason why Afghanistan army, in spite of having large numbers, equipment, training, failed in curtailing the progress of Taliban. This is the primary reason. From the international viewpoint, if we look at it, it's a huge task now. We don't know how Taliban responds. Now it's India, Iran, Russia, China, these are the regional countries. So they are hoping for stability in the region. They want to end the bloodshed in the Afghanistan. But then there are more threats to Afghanistan. Yes, Taliban and their rule and their own interpretation of Sharia law, that's a problem. But there are other issues too. During post-World War II era, the competition between USA and USSR, which we called as Cold War. During Cold War period, USA is the country which has led to the growth of Mujahideen forces. It has supplied arms, funds, etc. Now it should learn lessons from Iraq, Libya, Syria and other areas. USA should learn the lessons. USA is contributing to destruction of the nations. So in this context, regional power should take the control. But this again is a problem. What if there is a power struggle among the big and regional powers? This is going to be a threat again in the Afghanistan. That means it's not the Taliban rule alone. There are many threats to Afghanistan now. Our final issue is tackling the NCDs, non-communicable diseases. There are overall 71% of all deaths worldwide, they occur due to non-communicable diseases. What are these non-communicable diseases? Hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, cancers, etc. These are some of the non-communicable diseases. To address the non-communicable diseases under National Health Mission, government has launched a national program called National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, Cardiovascular Diseases and Strokes in 2010. But now due to excessive focus on COVID, neglect of NCDs have happened and it should not continue because NCDs are preventable. Most of the NCDs are due to lifestyle changes, tobacco consumption, or excessive alcohol abuse, drug abuse. These are some of the reasons: lack of exercise, food, lack of proper nutrition, etc. Now, these things can be addressed. Yes. So, in this context, providing better infrastructure, promoting good health, building human resources, early diagnosis, management and referral systems, and strengthening the primary healthcare system, they can reduce the non-communicable diseases. This should be given primacy because see, 71% of all the early deaths are due to non-communicable diseases. This needs to be taken seriously. These are the articles for today. Thank you very much. We are going to continue the series this way every day. Thank you very much. All the very best.